Hey there, friends! We finally got a sunny day in southern Washington. Sunny and no wind. So I'm going on a ride. Let's go get Paris. There's our little Momo kitty. Woozy. He's really not a little kitty. He's quite a big kitty. Woozy. Kitty, kitty, kitty. There he is. You gonna let me pet you? Oh, finally. Usually it's just when there's food involved. And the boys are out here in their temporary pasture. Since it's a dry day, they get some grass. Hello, boys. Mr. Quigley, always the most curious one. Hi, Griggs. And there's Einstein with something on his face. So you gonna let me get it? No. Okay, fine. I couldn't get it. Got something sticking out of your face. And there's Kronk. Einstein in the back. Alfie in the back. This is Einstein. Hey, boys. Enjoy eating some grass. That dirt pile will be planted in the spring with more grass. Actually, I'll probably reseed quite a bit of it, but the wood pile used to be there. We've used that wood and then started a new wood pile over there. Okay, let's go get the girl. Probably let Dottie hang out in the pasture while I'm out riding Paris. Hey, Dot Dot, let's clean your eye. Good girl. Good girl. I know, yucky's in the eye. Good girl. All right. First, we'll let Dottie out, and then I'll get Miss Paris, which Miss Paris won't be happy about because she'll think I'm taking. Yeah, you think I'm taking Dottie. I got that. A lot of times I just open the door and guide her out, but I think she'll be kind of full of it since she hasn't been out for a while. Come on, you. Step. Good girl. Good girl. I know. Just a minute. Just a minute. I know. Ooh. Ooh. I know. Let's eat your belly. Easy. 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 Good girl. Yeah, I figured that. And now, Miss Paris. Come here, you. Oh, I see Dottie out there rolling. Slowly. Good girl. She's like, but Dottie's out there without me. Yep, we're not gonna go running off. Easy. Oh, Dottie's all dirty now. Okay. Good girl, Miss Dot. This is a very easy trailer, loader and unloader, which is good. Oh, you're so dirty too. I'm here at Battleground Lake. Looks like I'm the only horse, at least for now. A couple other cars for hikers. Kind of surprising, but it is a weekday. Girl. Fuzzy muddy girl. Counting down the days till we go back to daylight savings time. Paris has always had a very nice mane. Before, when I used to have to board her in just a corral, she wore off a section about that big, sticking her head through the stall or the panel poles, waiting as the guy would come around and feed him. She'd want her head sticking out there, so I ended up having to put chicken wire so she wouldn't, and then moved her different times so that she had more of a pasture life. But now at our house she does, even with the panels, she doesn't just sit with her head sticking out. I also used to have to keep the mane braided because I wasn't out with her every day to get the tangles out. She likes to toss her head and get them all in those little dreadlocks. But obviously now I see her at least twice a day feeding and can run my fingers through them so she doesn't get those tangles. Okay, I mentioned before that she's barefoot, which I like. Just, there we go. Don't have to worry about shoes. She gets trimmed about every 8 weeks. Good girl. And one more. If your horse doesn't pick up her foot or his foot well, you might not know the little trick, but if you grab them on the little chestnut, which hers is long, see how when I'm playing with it, she'll lift it. Kind of tickles, but it's also just a training. Brush well there. Good girl. My saddle is a Living Bar saddle by Stonewall Saddlery, and I really like it because it's very lightweight. It has, it's not a flex. I'll show you when I untack. I'm going to also do the powder thing on that wet leather. But she has had a hard time in the past with some bad saddles that I didn't know didn't fit well. Come on. And that's why she has those white patches on her withers. Okay, so this is my hack for smoothing and tightening up with wet or damp leather. Otherwise it kind of sticks. This way it slides much easier. Forgot to put my Discover Pass in the window. Get your nose over here. Good girl. This old lady doesn't mount from the ground unless I absolutely have to. Okay. Set our tracker. I use all trails. Navigate. And start. It's kind of in between weather today. A little too chilly for one sweatshirt. But I'm kind of warm with two sweatshirts, but you never know, the wind can kick up. I think it's like 45 degrees, which before I moved to Washington, I would have said 45 degrees is freezing. But I know the humidity makes a difference. That this actually feels more like 65 when I was in Southern California. Back when I thought 65 was cold. Coughing. You can see there's been a lot of wind, a lot of blowdown of smaller cough. Okay, work it out. Lots of small branches, but yeah, hopefully nothing big. But I've got my trusty saw. Battleground Lake is in Battleground, Washington. Some low branches, so something must have fallen. Hello. How are you? Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Have a nice ride.
Thanks. Any down trees?
There are a lot of them, but most of them have ways around.
Okay, great. Thank you. So this part of the trail runs pretty close to the road, but there's quite a few acres, miles of trails. Usually I'll take 2 or 3 loops. Each loop is about 2.5 miles, depending on back and forth, in and out type of trails. There's an inner loop and an outer loop. There is a horse camp here, as well as what I guess I'd call regular camping, non-horse camping. So these signs like coming up that say no horses past here, those are little walking trails that go into the main campground, although that doesn't look like it's one that's used very much. You can see how the ivy grows up these trees. It can be really invasive to the tree and actually eventually kill it. So when we do work parties out here with Washington Trail Riders Association, and there's also Washington Trails Association, which is a hikers group, some cyclists as well, I think, are in it. Not only do we level out parts of the trail, cut back, but cut the ivy kind of as a perimeter around the bottom. Let's see if I find one where, so if you just go around the trunk of the tree and cut the ivy, then it dies off above that. And so the ivy will just stay there, but it as cut off from the main. Now the main plant will keep growing, but that's just a way to kind of help protect the trees. This one's a new fall, but just a little one. Definitely a dead tree. So probably good that it's down and it's just small. And now I'm glad I have the 2 sweatshirts because it is getting a little chillier with the breeze. So this is the other downed tree hiker told me about on the hill, but it's passable. Kind of a mess, but it's passable. Good girl. There you go. This one's a little higher. Good girl. Not the most graceful, but we did it. So this is going up the hill. This one might be a little different, but I think we can get around it. Can't go over it, can't go under it, but we can go around it. Yeah, if you don't want to go in the mud. I know it's muddy, but you can do it. Just don't get my leg on that. Come on, she doesn't like the mud. Good girl, very nice. Good girl. There we go. This is a log here. If you can see, that was down one time I was out. Not this one, but the one back there that I cut through with my little handsaw. That's on my previous battleground video, which I think was my very first, maybe second. I know it was the first trail ride video I posted. Kind of a view there of the regular camp with, you can do tent, trailer, or there's those little cabins for non-horses, that is. Here's kind of an example. Turn back here, Paris. I don't know if you can see the dead ivy leaves on that tree and that one. That would be from where the vines were cut around the trunk and the leaves died off. But I think because of all the wind, there's not a lot. Once they're dead, they kind of blow off. But obviously lots of moss. I remember when I used to buy bags of moss for crafts and such. Now here, you just go out to the trees and pull it off. Looks like we have another tree up ahead. See if we can get through that one. Oh yeah, it's got a low spot. Not a problem. And another one we can go under. So I've made a full loop heading back to the staging. This part of the park, these are all apple and pear trees. So in the fall, there's quite a few apples, but as you can see, they're not really trimmed and maintained, so it's not like it produces a great harvest. But usually when I ride through here, I'll pick a few for Paris to eat, or she'll pick one up off the ground. The squirrels love them, obviously. There's also hazelnut trees, so the squirrels like those a lot. But I'm gonna make another loop. Check all trails. Yep, 2.3. That's what I was thinking. It was about 2.5 miles for a loop. We're going this way, Paris. Yep, just like with the trailers the other way. So 46 minutes, 2.3 miles to make a loop. So a couple more rigs are up there in the staging area, so might see some horses on this loop. But the sun is shining well. That's fun. Yeah, Paris still wants to turn back to the trailer. So we're on the outer loop here. So this whole kind of meadow area goes through to another staging area that's open in the summer. So we'll go down and check it out. But in the summer when this is dry, I like to lope around here. It's not really level, but it makes for a sort of like an arena for someone who doesn't have an arena. And I've never staged over here. You definitely wouldn't want to come in with a big rig because the turn is pretty tight. And I know it's closed off in the wintertime. But in the summer, if the other staging is full, especially summer weekends, because a lot of people park there to go down to the lake, which, by the way, with the horses, you cannot ride to the lake. But anyway, you can see ahead where the gate is. So that's open in the summer months. And then this area can be parked in. That's on Northeast 244th and 167th intersection. liked that. I was asking for a lope, not a gallop. But she thought that would be fun. Silly girl. No, we're gonna walk through here. I know this is a fun place to run, but we don't want to tear up the grass. Well, I'm here on my second loop, and over by the camp, this is the other side of that down tree, but I forgot about this trail, so we can just go right around it. A little muddy. But far be it from Miss Paris to not like mud. Sure. So anyway, even if that tree doesn't get cut soon, there's still a way around it. I'll go this way. Easy, easy, easy. You are just ready to go, Spitfire, today. We are heading back to the staging area here, completing our ride. Let's see what my tracker says. 6.1 miles. Did a little circles around. Also, there is this little mounting area. I think I'll just walk her through it. Not gonna get on or off here, but come on. Just kind of like an obstacle, but if you need help with mounting, you can bring your horse up here to get on or off. There's the vault toilet here at the staging area. If you don't have a Discover Pass, you can do a day use here at the Pay If you wanted an actual Discover Pass, you can do it online, or just up at the building up ahead there, you can do the full year, which I need to renew. I see mine expires this month, January 2023. I do it with my car registration. So, yep, still the 2 rigs here, probably from those other horses out we saw. The clouds have come in, colder air, but it was a nice ride. She worked up a little bit of a sweat in that running. Probably more anxiety of wanting to go than I really let her go. But for an old girl, she still has it. Give me your nose. Whoops, I don't have this right. I know. Give me your nose. Thank you. Who's your good spot? He's your good spot. All right. That was fun. Smile. Hey friends, thanks for joining me on this ride around Battleground Lake. I hope you enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe, and definitely comment if you live in the area and you ride at Battleground or any of the other trails in southern Washington. Catch you next time. Happy trails. You want to bite of some nice green grass? Oh yes. Go for that. Okay. Miss Dottie, trying to get some grass out of the pasture. Not much there. Dottie girl. Hey girl, you're back. Yeah. Dottie's gonna roll. Don't go running and tearing up everything. Good girl. Oh, she's gonna roll too. She'll be so good. Can you make it over? All the way, try it. Oh well. Good girl. What's she gonna do the other side? If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button.